Hi, my name's Aled from the Freedom Limassol Campus, and today we're talking about Psalm 133. It's a short psalm, only 3 verses. It's a little bit quirky, but I think you're going to like it. Let's dive right in. How wonderful and pleasant it is when brothers live together in harmony. For harmony is as precious as the anointing oil that was poured over Aaron's head, that ran down his beard and onto the border of his robe. Harmony is as refreshing as the dew from Mount Hermon that falls on the mountains of Zion. And there the Lord has pronounced his blessing, even life everlasting. So I don't know if you've ever thought about how much easier life would be if everyone just had the same thoughts, opinions as you. If everyone was just the same as you, everyone would get along right. There would be no arguing, no miscommunication, everyone would just get each other, there'd be no Facebook fighting. And on the surface it sounds great, right? But the problem is that without diversity, harmony is impossible. And in this psalm it talks about harmony in every verse and how precious harmony is to God. And harmony requires diversity. Harmony requires you to put notes that are different, to put them together and to make them work. And I'm just going to try and just highlight that. I'm going to play the same thing twice, once using notes that are only the same, and then I'll play it again with harmony. Sounds okay, right? But a little bit boring. Now with harmony. And hopefully you can hear there the difference, just how when you start adding harmony, how much richer, how much deeper, how much more colour, depth there is in music. And the same with people. And God's called us to be a people. He's put people who are just so different together, and He's called us to work together for harmony, to work with people who are maybe different, maybe they just annoy us, or just have different opinions. And yet God has put us together and called us to work together to create harmony. And that requires more effort, it requires more sensitivity. And another thing about harmony is it needs motion, it needs movement. And this psalm was written for people who were ascending to Jerusalem. They were on a journey, they hadn't got there yet, but they were heading somewhere. And to create harmony, we need to understand that we're not all there yet, but we're on a journey. And we need to understand the vision of what God is creating. You may be wondering, what has Aaron's beard got to do with all of this? And why is it dripping with oil? And this is a reference to Exodus chapter 30. And this tells us that this oil wasn't just like some oil you could buy in the body shop. This was an oil of incredible value, and the value came from the diversity of the ingredients. This was a mixture of olive oil mixed with cane, with cassia, with myrrh, with cinnamon, and it's just a picture of God bringing together all these diverse ingredients and creating something of true beauty and value out of them. And then the psalmist goes on to use one more piece of imagery, and this time he talks about the dew falling on Mount Hermon and all the way down to the hills around Jerusalem. And this is a bit like if I was talking about Africa, I could talk about going from Egypt in the north to South Africa in the south. And what I mean is from top to bottom, throughout all of Africa. And similarly, the psalmist is saying from the highest point in the Middle East down to the lowly hills around Jerusalem. He's saying there needs to be a move towards harmony from the top to the bottom. Throughout all of God's people, there needs to be a move towards justice, towards harmony, because that's where God pronounces his blessing. And I can just say from living in Cyprus and the incredible diversity of people I get to live with, what a blessing they are to me. So I would just encourage you, wherever you are today, I hope you have a great day. And even if people are rubbing you up the wrong way, then I encourage you just to keep working towards harmony.